friends, our time has come. Now, first and foremost, welcome to Casa Bacardi, the largest premium rum distillery in the whole wide world. But as well, welcome where mi casa is su casa. Welcome to my beautiful island, Puerto Rico. A sunny day in Puerto Rico, as we can see.
Yeah.
So, friends, before we start this beautiful journey that we have together, we do need to go through a couple ground rules. Ground rule number 1, hands, feet, throw inside the trolley. That includes your husband, your wife, everybody, everything has to be inside the trolley at all times. Ground rule number 2, smoking and vaping is not allowed throughout any portions of the experience or our premises. We are making alcohol, my friends, and alcohol and cigarettes do not work well together. In case you need to do so, to our right-hand side we have a small gazebo, which is our only designated spot for such practices. And to our left we have the one and the only, the beautiful pavilion. In case of any emergencies, this will be our rendezvous spot. Now, enough about the rules, let's make it happen. Let's learn about the best elixir in the whole wide world. Let's learn about the Bacardi rum. You see, my friends, our story begins in the night of 1862, Santiago de Cuba, February 4th, where the one and the only Don Facundo Bacardi Maso revolutionized the rum-making process from that moment on and forever. However, even though Bacardi started in Cuba, it wasn't until 1936 that the company moved to Puerto Rico. The birthplace of Bacardi in Puerto Rico is right across that beautiful bay that you have on your right-hand side. That, my friends, is El Viejo San Juan, Old San Juan. A city, my friends, that has more than 5 centuries worth of history, worth of beautiful food, beautiful sightseeing. If by any chance you find yourselves walking the streets of Old San Juan, and you encounter a building that has a CVS pharmacy and a Foot Locker, my friends, that is the Ochoa building, and that is the birthplace of Bacardi in Puerto Rico. It wasn't until 1958, however, that the company moved production to our current location in Cataño. None other than 127 acres of land were purchased to position us as the largest premium rum distiller in the whole world. For those football fans, that is pretty much equivalent to 96 football fields of rum distillation paradise. Now, my friends, once again to our left we have the pavilion. Now, it's a very important structure for us because it was constructed in the early 60s to celebrate our 100th anniversary. According to Felix Candela, the architect in charge of its construction, it's supposed to resemble a bat in flying motion. Now, when you look at it from a certain angle, it does look like a bat in flying motion. However, I do have to point out the special things, specific things that pretty much are hard to see. And we're going to start pointing that out with these 3 palm trees that we have to our left. You see, these palm trees, the ones that we have in our distillery, are unlike conventional palm trees. They are host of a fungus, a whiskey fungus to be precise. Whiskey fungus is harmless to us humans, but it does grow in the presence of alcohol. So, throughout our ride, be on the lookout for not only the plants, palm trees, but the rooftops of buildings, such as the one we have to our right-hand side. Look at that rooftop. Notice that the rooftops as well are hosts of the whiskey fungus. Now, speaking about this building to our right, that is our gallery. Serves as a venue for year-round festivities and reunions of the real Bacardi family, as well as corporate events. My friends, as we make this turn real quick, I will come to a brief stop because we are now introducing ourselves to the production area. You see, today we will learn history, but we will learn as well how Bacardi rum is made. Now, in order to do so, I will briefly explain 3 very important structures that we have to our right. Now, we will start with the very first structure that you see, the building with the big green windows. That is our blending facility, named under our former master blender, Jose A. Gomez. Now, that is where we blend our bases. And you see, when I mean by blending, it's because we don't make rum per se, we make bases. And the blend of those bases, when we pair those bases up, the product product that we receive is the rum that we desire. So we work with two separate bases. We have a light rum base and we have a heavy rum base. Light because it's light in aromas and textures, but it's strong in alcohol. And the heavy one is heavy in aromas, heavy in textures, but not so strong in alcohol. The light rum base, the strong one in alcohol, we make in the set of columns that you see right in the center portion. That one we call it redestilado. We distill it because we do 5 distillations. Now right next to the 5 columns, up front you will see a big yellow building. Behind that building you see a single column. The column we use to make our heavy rum base, agua ardiente. We will speak about that further along the ride. But for now, let's focus on this beautiful yellow building that we have to our right hand side. You see, my friends, if you go to New York, you will be able to see Empire State Building. You will see the Statue of Liberty, Madison Square Garden. You go to Paris, they have the Eiffel Tower. But we're not in Paris, we're not in New York. We are in Puerto Rico. We're in Cataño, Puerto Rico. And we are in Bacardi. So I present to you, my friends, behold, our cathedral, our Eiffel Tower. Now this cathedral is where we store our single most important ingredient, our DNA, our most important acid, which is our yeast. You see, to this day, we use the very same strain of yeast that Facundo used in 1862, because the same textures, same aromas, same flavors that Facundo dreamt up. We want you to try that. We want you to enjoy that in every single sip of the cocktails. So, what happens with the yeast is that the yeast alone cannot run it with the rum that we desire, the rum that we seek. So we need to help that out with 2 more ingredients. We have the yeast, but then we have the water and we have the molasses. We put those 3 ingredients together in a container, which we call a fermentation tank, which are the tanks that you see to the right hand side. Those big brown tanks are our fermentation tanks. That is the place where those ingredients will marinate for 24 to 48 hours and provide us with a liquid that we call distiller's beer. That distiller's beer is the first liquid that we use to start the rum making process. Now, to the far right hand side, you see a set of big blue tanks. Those big blue tanks are where we store our molasses. We have 3 of those tanks, each of them with a capacity to hold 2.5 million gallons of molasses. And we have 3 of those for a total of 7.5 million gallons. A lot of molasses because we make a lot of rum. And in 24-hour basis, we might go just for a single tank alone. So that and many more reasons are why we are known as the largest premium rum distiller in the world. My friends, as we approach our final stop, make sure to hold on tight till we make a full stop and dismount the trolley through your right hand side. Make sure you have all your vehicles with you because this trolley will be used for other experiences. For now, we're going to meet at the doors of this building right next to us. See you there, my friends.